Are we going? Okay. My name is Crystal Gonzales. I'm in Brillo, New Mexico. This is for the documentary of Return to Oz. And I just want to say foremost that I love Return to Oz. I watched it when it was first released here, when I was a little girl. Actually, I watched it twice. I watched it twice that same day. I was so into it. I saw it again when I was in elementary school, later on. And I became such a fan that I found the book of it in a store once, and I still have a copy of that at my mom's house. I liked it even more that I went and got a jigsaw puzzle at one point, and that has to do with the courtroom. There was actually a couple of them, but was only able to get one, and one that I didn't get that I wish I had was of Dorothy and Billina the hen. I now have both Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz on VHS, and I have them both on DVD. I'm going to get Return to Oz on a poster, actually. But anyway, I'll go ahead and answer the questions, and my friend Steve's going to ask them for me.
Okay, number one, your thoughts on the landmark status of Wizard of Oz and how legendary it has become.
I think we shouldn't be surprised as to how legendary it's become. I mean, when you think of the Oz books and the movies that came out afterwards, it was pretty much well said that everything is going to become famous. I haven't had a chance to thoroughly look at all the Oz books, but I've known people who have had like pretty impressive collections, and that's just wowed me. I mean, at one point I'd like to start collecting them, but I know they cost a bit, but they seem gorgeous, so at some point I'd like to start, but I don't know if there's even an end. There just seems to be so many of them. Another was that 1920 silent film, Wizard of Oz. I have a copy of that, also, I forgot to say. And as for the Judy Garland one, I think that just blew everybody away. I mean, the colors and the music, the story, everything. It's not a surprise that that's still famous nowadays, and like so many things have picked up on it with, you know, with collectibles and even Mattel. Barbie, I actually have a Barbie Dorothy myself. Steve, will you hand that to me? She's right there at the end. Yes. Yes. I have her too. She and Glinda, if you get them, they'll speak to you. There's no surprise, and I don't know, I can just keep meeting new people who love Wizard of Oz. And I like it too, but Return to Oz was something different.
Okay. Number two, how do you feel about the boom of dark fantasy films of the 80s?
Well, since I was a little girl at the time, I guess they were both exciting and scary. But I'm still working on collecting them. I'm still trying to find the peanut butter solution, actually. You want to speak of dark films of the 80s. Fantasy films.
Number three, what do you think of the decision to cast Dorothy half the age of the previous Dorothy?
I hope no Judy Garland or Wizard of Oz fans hate me for this, but I think she actually looked too old to be Dorothy. I mean, she's already a woman, basically. And I think it's a better idea that we had a young Dorothy, because Dorothy was, I mean, I know in the Wizard of Oz in the 1920s she was like already grown up, but I think a lot of us, when we think of Dorothy and the pigtails and everything, we think of a little girl, so a little girl is a better idea.
Number four, what do you think of Fairuza Balk's performance?
Okay, I did not say this in the beginning, but when I first watched Return to Oz when I was little, I became a immediate Veruza Balk fan. I actually have been following her movies ever since. I think it's a fabulous idea, and I think she's just perfect for it. She has a great look, and she has a little crack in her voice. She's just so cute.
Number 5, do you think it was a good idea to ignore the MGM film in favor of being faithful to the books?
I don't think that was, personally I don't think that was really important. It's not the first time that that's happened with sequels, and I think it's more interesting that it favored more toward the original story.
And for that matter, was it faithful?
To be honest, I can't remember every single part, so I can't answer that 100% truthfully.
Number 6, your thoughts on other performances, particularly Piper Laurie and Nicole Williamson.
Popular fans don't hate me, but I haven't watched all the movies yet, and so I haven't watched much of her stuff yet, and so as for her, Auntie M, I don't really have too much to say. I think it's cool that she got the part. For Nicole Williamson, I recall him better. I remember him talking about the machine having a face, and yes, I remember him as the Gnome King, and like Tim Curry getting the awesome role in Legend. I think this is Nicole Williamson getting this awesome role in Return to Oz.